Hey guys, welcome back to Full Measure Farm. Today on this little video we're going to be talking about spring and early summer markets and how to maximize your time there in several different ways, both visually and cost-wise and time-wise. So come along with us and let's learn this together. Welcome to our channel, Full Measure Farm Michigan. We hope you guys enjoy learning along with us on our small-scale production farm. Pasture-raised lamb, chicken, and eggs, organic produce, sourdough bread, and farming for market are all things we will cover here, along with how to include your children in your farm life and still get things done. We hope you enjoy these videos and consider subscribing. The market on the day of this video was cloudy, it was overcast and cold, and I was actually doing the market with just me and the boys because Christopher and our oldest daughter were away at a camp. So it was not a busy market, which actually lended itself well to my being on my own for that day, but it also gave me time to film a little bit of stuff for this video. So as the video goes on, I'll be setting out things that I set up for market. We did cilantro and rhubarb and all the baked goods and our sourdough bread. So you guys can just watch that as we talk about a few things. So whether you're farming produce or you're doing baked goods or eggs or whatever you're selling at the market, if it's related to agriculture, you'll probably find that you have seasons where you have more to put out at your booth and then times when you have less. For us, with produce being a big part of what we sell, the early spring markets, even for like the first 6 to 8 weeks, can feel almost empty and like you don't have enough stuff to be there. We have several other things to fill in the gaps, but I want to talk to you about how to maximize your time there in the early season to actually lend to your productivity as time goes on. So if you have something where you have space at your table where you can't fill it up, one of my favorite things to do is to use that space and time for whiteboards or blackboards or papers to educate your customers on your products. This is super helpful for both you and your customers because they're just warming up to the market season and there may be new customers coming through, and even customers that have been with you for several years. When you highlight a different product or tell them about a product that you produce and that they're buying often, it can help them to be like, oh, that is so cool. I'm so glad that I know that. I didn't know that before, even if it's something that they've bought all the time. Another thing that I found is when you're advertising and promoting different products of yours, again, with even customers that you've had for a long time, they may be like, oh, I had no clue that you guys sell that. So that's a great way to maximize your market space and bless your customers in the process of doing that. Another thing that I'll do is I try to always have my tables in the same kind of format. Breads over here, produce over here, meat sign here. But something that I'll take the time to do at an early spring market is move stuff around a little bit. So usually I have my baked goods. So they're not our huge money income thing, but I do them every week. So at a spring early market, I'll have them more front and center. Whereas later on in the season, they get shifted over to the side, and unless you know they're there and are looking for them, they can actually be kind of hard to spot. So this may be a good time for you to stand at the front of your booth and actually take a look at your booth when you don't have customers coming through and ask yourself that question: what are my high visibility areas? What can I put there right now? And also, how can I maximize that as my produce is coming in later on? This is also a great time to inventory your stuff a little bit, even after you've set up. As you're doing that, take time to notice, is everything working well? Do I need new tablecloths? Are these tables going to work? How about the canopy? It's just a great time to take some looks at the little things that may be overlooked, because right now you probably still have time to order them before things really ramp up. And you want to take that time to notice, are these things going to hold up for the whole season? Because none of us want to be stuck in the primetime market season with something that's going to need to be cobbled together. Okay, so I want to wrap this video up with one of my favorite things. I've started doing this 2 or 3 years ago now, and part of making money is not being somewhere when it's not productive. So some market days you'll just be rocking it right till the end, making money, dealing with your customers right till closing time of market. But there are the days when even the last hour or two are just dead, and a lot of markets want you staying there until everything is over and they have a closing time. So in this last part of the video, I took several shots of my booth throughout the day as time went on. It was a slow day, as I mentioned before. So I keep taking things down. I kind of rearrange, and it's almost like those, can you see the difference thing? So I've taken several shots here of the booth throughout the day. So it was very full to start off with. I had some produce, but I have a method now and kind of, oh, this is the first thing to go, and I'm gonna slide it over, and I start scooching things over and taking things down. When signs aren't needed, I take them down. When produce is sold out, I scooch stuff together, and this helps you to get out of your market sooner. There's no point in hanging out when you're not making sales. I get up on 3 on market mornings to bake all of our bread and get the produce together. So it is a very big day for us, and there's always stuff waiting at home on the farm to get done. So no point hanging out there when you are not bringing in money. My last and absolutely favorite tip, and I think that no matter what you sell, this will just across the board boost your farm market, is value your customers. They are not just a means to an end. They are the key link between local community sales and your farm taking off. There is not a way to even make them feel overrated. They are what makes your farm go round. We would not be there and be able to farm if it were not for those customers coming week after week, rain or shine, coming to buy produce from our farm. So take the extra time you have in those early weeks to get to know them again, to reconnect and check and see how their winter was, and to help them know how much you absolutely value them coming by. I hope this video was super helpful for you guys and just gave some different perspective and some tips that you may not have thought about before. And I would absolutely love to hear what you guys thought of it. And if you guys could like this video and subscribe or leave a comment, that would be great. It's always fun to connect with you guys.